At the very least, you should always say thank you for the medicine. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Some students are like, hey, gosh, I don't know if you care, but, you know, my name is Michael, you know, and I thank you, Silk Tassel, for your introduce yourself, you know, say hello. It's like you're not just grabbing, shopping, and running off like you might do at Walmart or Safeway or someplace. You know, you're dealing with a living entity, and you know, many cultures have different ways of leaving. You know, some say to leave a little tobacco and thanks. Some, a friend of mine, Rolling Thunder, he's like, well, you know, you're a businessman, leave him 50 cents. And, but he meant that in a joking manner, right? Develop your own relationship, develop your own way of giving. For me in the desert, I sometimes pour out my last of my water bottle on a thirsty plant that I see over there. Maybe it's not even the medicine plant that I'm harvesting from, but it's a really thirsty plant. And I know darn well that half quart of water, and it may be a mile back to my vehicle, and I'm gonna be thirsty. But that's gonna be remembrance, and that's a thanks. That's a giving. That's a sacrifice. That's the relationship you wanna try to develop with these plants, whether they're in your garden or whether you're wildcrafting. And that sometimes takes courage, it takes sentientness, it takes awareness, it takes sacrifice. You know, sometimes you'll forget to say thanks. You could say thanks when you're driving away to the mountain, if you remember. Like, let's say you forgot. You don't have to, you know, and it's you were in a hurry, or like the weather shifted and you ran back to your vehicle and drove away, right? And you remember, oh gosh, I forgot to say thanks to the medicine plants. Stop your car, vehicle, or not, but just while you're driving away, if you remember down the road 4 miles, you can say thanks. They can hear you. Spirit hears you. You know, you can complete the acknowledgement. You don't, and you know, don't always have to be in the present. We're two-leggeds. We're forgetful. We're not always like on full blown, you know, at times. So I've known people like that, you know, let's just like myself included. Wow, I forgot to give a thanks or an offering. So I'm driving away and I think about that. I was like, wow, and I got the medicine in the truck. I'm like, hey, thank you. I'm sorry I was in such a hurry. I'm sorry, gosh, like, man, that was a good teaching. Thank you. Thank you for helping to remember. You know, the more you do that, the more magic comes to you. The more insight, the more stories, the more medicine comes into your life. The more you surrender to that and believe in that, it becomes so magical that you can walk through these mountains and deserts and forests, and they are chattering, they are speaking, they're telling you formulas, they are telling you how to use them. They'll help you with your client that you can't figure out back home. I do it all the time now. I actually, like, whoa, that was a big breakthrough. It's just like asking I got this client. I told you about that the other day. You know, I got this client I can't figure out. What do you think? That night I have a dream. Or on the walk back home, it all comes clear to me what herbs to use. Hadn't I not asked that, I'd still be wondering. You know, sometimes it's, so that's the courage Terence McKenna was talking about. You know, like, you know, nature rewards courage. Nature rewards that. The magical plants reward that. The more you do that, the more you practice that. I love his talk about slowing down. That's my nemesis. That's my nemesis, not slowing down. That's where my mistakes come from, my disrespect to the natural world, my disrespect to spirit, my disrespect to heart, body, mind, family, is because I don't slow down a lot. I feel compelled that I can't slow down. So to hear his talk on slowing down and doing that, I did that for all, like what he was talking about, every morning for a year when I lost my daughter. That kind of ceremony, that kind of blessing, that kind of communication. And then I get busy again. You know, that's just that's my nemesis. That's my struggle. That's where my lessons are wrapped into that. The more you can do that awareness in the now with plant medicines, the more you will be rewarded with a beautiful way, a sacred space in your heart, your mind, your body, in your way of life. These plants will come into your life, and they will, like, you will carry their sacredness in your sacredness wherever you go.
For more videos and plant teachings, visit Wild Medicine School at the link below.